Parliament is cracking down on toxic content online. If passed, the online safety bill could see social media sites fined 10% of their global earnings if they fail, once warned, to remove harmful content. One influencer, Lauren Black, has revealed the impact that scrolling for up to 13 hours a day had on her eating disorder. It's in an eye-opening documentary called The Instagram Effect. As a timely warning, as eating disorder charity Beat says, parents should look out for signs of eating disorders in children during school holidays, as a kind of warning sign, because it might be more apparent.
Yeah, we're joined now by the influencer Lauren Black, who you saw there, alongside the producer of the documentary, Christina Criddle. Welcome to both of you. Christina, you're a tech reporter, aren't you? That's why the whole Instagram, you've had your eye on what's going on there. We've had a lot of revelation, haven't we, from a whistleblower about the algorithms used. What did you discover in the making of this documentary that we didn't already know, or what flesh were you able to put on those bones? Sorry about the analogy there, considering we're talking about eating disorders as an accidental term, but you know what I'm saying there. What did you discover?
Yeah, we spoke to insiders at Instagram, and I think what we were trying to do with the film was to explain how Instagram can potentially lead you down harmful paths. So it looks at the algorithm and how if you give it a signal that you're interested in something, it will keep showing you that, and it will keep showing you more and more versions of that. And that can potentially be harmful things. And so what we were trying to do with the documentary was speak to the people who created these products, who are involved in making Instagram, and their view on how it could potentially be unhealthy for users.
And Lauren, for you, just tell us your story, because you're very open in this documentary, aren't you?
Yeah. So I basically went into anorexia recovery a year and a half ago, and I kind of subconsciously didn't really realise the effect that Instagram was having on my mental health. Obviously, it was my job, so I was kind of looking at myself a lot more often than the average.
When you say it's your job, what did you mean?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
So I'm a content creator full-time, have been for 5 years. I sort of did content on fashion and beauty, and then when I went into recovery, I started to document that process and my journey on there too.
Well, specifically, how did it impact your mental health? What does it actually mean in day-to-day terms?
So, in terms of, the content that I was looking at, the images are all edited. I was comparing my body shape to other people's body shapes and their lives to my life.
Impossible perfection?
Yeah.
Every time you looked, physically and in terms of lifestyle?
Yeah.
OK, so take it on from there. So how does that then lead to an eating disorder?
So I was already vulnerable anyway. I already had an eating disorder, and that stemmed from when I was a teenager. And the thing is I didn't really understand about mental health when I was growing up. We didn't speak about our emotions or anything. So the thing is, for me, is I didn't realise, I was so ill. And
so are you saying that you'd see a series of these images and kind of interrelate with them, and then abandon a planned lunch, simply not have the meal you were intending to have?
Yeah.
That's kind of how it worked.
Yeah.
You'd see the image, don't eat.
Yeah.
How do we fix it?
That's a really complicated issue. I think it's a very novel problem. Nobody's found the answer yet. And as you mentioned, the online safety bill is going through Parliament at the moment, which will mean the Ofcom, the media regulator, will have powers to compel social media companies to crack down on harmful content. I think social media companies have a responsibility, but also we as users have a responsibility to control what we see on the platform and make sure that we're getting the most out of the platform in a healthy way.
And you're now using it for positive effect, aren't you?
Yes.
Obviously, you've got, I've seen some of your Instagram. It's actually really body positive, and you're very smiley and happy, and you're always talking about mental health on it.
Yeah.
And that is a good side of social media, isn't it? But I find interesting that you chose 3 female case studies for your documentary, and there's a reason for that, isn't there? One is about self-harm, and the other is about plastic surgery. Tell us why you chose 3 female case studies for your documentary.
The majority of users on Instagram are women, and some of the issues around body image that you see on Instagram traditionally do affect women. Although in our documentary, we also explore something called bigorexia, which is men bulking up to have unrealistic body image in terms of their muscles. And that's becoming more and more of a problem now. And we found that Instagram's algorithm was promoting that too. So it's not exclusively women, but it tends to be more female on Instagram.
Lauren, we have to congratulate you on being so frank and honest here and in the documentary, and, of course, on your recovery. It's wonderful to see you looking so well.
Thank you so much.
And happy again.
It's on the BBC iPlayer, is it?
Yes.
Yeah, very good. And if you've been affected by any of the issues raised here, you can find advice and support at itv.com/helplines, and it's called The Instagram Effect.
Instagram Effect.